What up, peoples? Mr. Anomaly coming at you again. Another day with Mr. A. More imprint talk, emotional connection.
Don't make me laugh.
Don't make me laugh. Shout out to the channel Men Need to Be Heard. That's the name of the channel, Men Need to Be Heard. I'm going to do a piggyback off him. Just confirming the talking points about the imprint. We're going to have a 40-year-old Karen who is on here bumping her gums.
Don't want to be laws against you, yapping your jaws.
I appreciate it because it just gives me content to make. Basically, you can tell she left a relationship with a decent man. She was bored, and she's in the streets, and it's not netting the results that she's expecting. So she's going to try to sell you on this idea of love and connection, and we already know that's a fairy tale. That's only going to work on dudes who have no self-worth. Previous videos I did don't love themselves, want to believe the lie. It's not going to work in anybody that has any kind of common sense. Again, shout out to him myself, sent me this, the Adam and Eve story.
About women, I think I learned exactly how the fall of man occurred in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and Adam said one day, "Wow, Eve, here we are, at one with nature, at one with God. We'll never age, we'll never die, and all our dreams come true the instant that we have them." And Eve said, "Yeah, it's just not enough, is it?"
Guys, whether you believe in the Bible or not, the story, that story is, it's a lesson. It's a lesson there. Had everything, and it's still not enough. Woe to the man that bases his self-worth on that. Woe to the man that thinks he doesn't exist unless he has that in his life and is trying to appease that and laying down the red carpet and think he's going to get something in return. That's a lesson there. I'm not saying that, again, kill that romance crap's what I'm saying. Whether you get involved in one or not, think for your damn self. But if you are thinking you're going to have this everlasting peace, it doesn't work like that.
I learned a lot about women. I think I learned exactly how the fall of man occurred in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and Adam said one day, "Wow, Eve, here we are, at one with nature, at one with God. We'll never age, we'll never die, and all our dreams come true the instant that we have them." And Eve said, "Yeah, it's just not enough, is it?"
No, that's not fun.
I was just waiting for more.
Well, that was kind of his point.
Got him, coach, right there. Who was that, Melody K on that Joe Budden podcast? I was just waiting for the, that's kind of his point. That right there is gold. I appreciate you sending me that. That right there is gold, bro. It's never enough. Without further ado, here we go.
Gentlemen, I have some good news for you. We're winning. No, it shouldn't be a contest, and the truth is, we didn't really make it one. The ladies did. But not only are we winning the battles, we're also winning the war. And for proof, I give you Exhibit A.
So I just got through having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were discussing what do we miss most about being in a committed relationship. And we both agreed that it was that emotional connection.
Now, before I respond to her, let me preface what I'm about to say by being very clear.
Before I even get started, why did she leave? Why did you leave that relationship? Oh, he was abusive. 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 Adam and Eve, y'all.
Just a quick reminder to all the women out there, especially younger women, please do 40-year-old you a favor and break up with that man. Do it now. When you're my age, you never regret being single, but you wish you could go back and break up with that guy.
Think about the gump that sold his soul to try to make that happy. The Adam that tried to please this black hole, this bucket with holes in it. And look how she get on here talking. I told you, bro. I told you.
Don't want to be laws against you, yapping your jaws.
I appreciate it. This gives me content to make.
And that other guy, do it now. When you're my age, You never regret being single. But you wish you could go back and break up with that guy. And that other guy and that other guy. In fact, if you had to do it all over again, men would just be something you had played with every once in a while. The relationships are a waste of time. If they're not putting cash in your hand or giving you O's, you are intelligent, you are talented, you are creative. And it feels really good when you discover that. You were never meant to revolve your life around a man. You're not here to get married and be a baby maker. Above all else, follow your heart. What is it that you sincerely want to do, want to experience? And make sure you're not doing that thing to fill a void in your heart. Go to therapy, get a dog, but you will never regret the time you spend single, working on yourself, taking care of yourself first.
This dude sold his soul to get her, and that's how they talking, bro. Woe to the man that bases his self-worth on that.
This woman in any way.
That it was that emotional connection.
Now, before I respond to her, let me preface what I'm about to say by being very clear. I'm not trying to diss this woman in any way.
I am.
If anything, I actually feel sorry for her. But I am trying to educate all the ladies out there who think like her. And ladies, let's be honest, most of you do.
They're not gonna listen, bro. Jezebel ain't gonna listen, man. But again, I digress.
Most cases, you'll never admit it, especially around other women, lest you get called a. And ladies, let's be honest, most of you do. Though in some cases, most cases, you'll never admit it, especially around other women, lest you get called a pick-me or worse. But deep down, you have the very same sentiments as her and the same questions. Deep down, you're trying to understand why you've ended up alone with no prospects for the future. Well, that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to answer that question and help you prepare for what's to come. Prepare for your future, one where you'll most likely end up bitter and alone. So having said that, let's get into what she just said. You know, how she misses the emotional connection. To which I say, the emotional connection? Oh, you mean the one you probably had with some guy once that you suddenly decided wasn't good enough? The one you thought should be deeper? The one you thought you were going to get from Chad, Rico, or Tyrone, only to find out that the only connection they were interested in was a physical one.
And again, we already know where that ends. Y'all know what's coming.
Just a quick reminder to all the women out.
What? My bad. Wrong one.
You remember. That's why I was saying the other show, don't let every man hit the bottom of your vagina.
Why do I keep playing this clip over and over again? This is every woman who's out here in the streets. And I don't care about the Pookies, the Ted Bundys, and the Richard Ramirez's, because those aren't the normie guys. The normie guys are the one that this woman left. That these normie guys are the one that 40-year-old talking about leave, who rolls out the red carpet, who tries to be the good man because he bought into society's bullcrap. So I don't care about the Ted Bundys that are breaking your backs. The reason why I keep playing this clip is you're not going to have many women admit this. I'm going to keep harping on the couple lemmings. Again, this is Mr. Fundamentals, keeps me sharp too. They're all dipping from the same spiritual well. I don't care what color they are. You tired of hearing me talking about it? Stop watching my videos. I'm going to keep bringing this up. That's the core of my message. These soul ties, because that's exactly what this woman's talking about. You can't connect with this. She's trying to sell. This is fool's gold. Any man that takes this deal is going to get chewed up and spit out, because that's the pattern. Drinking from the same spiritual well. This is all women who are out there getting all the sausages. It is that black and white. I know. We already know that Jezebel ain't trying to hear this.
Why you pulling me? I'm right.
The root of your vagina. Then you daddy, that's it, or she might mind, she insane, her mind ain't good because the penis done ejaculated all in her brain. She's gone crazy. So you don't let every man hit your bottom and your body remembers it. Just vagina, rectum, uterus, all up in this mind right here. And that will actually bind her.
This woman's already bound, getting on here talking about an emotional connection. An emotional connection.
Don't make me laugh.
Pull my boy Smash on y'all.
that out for somebody else?
That emotional connection? Let's be honest, if you and your friend are alone at your age, odds are you've been through a divorce or two, maybe even 3. Which means to men that your word isn't worth spit. Your till death do us part promise was in reality till I think I can do better. Look, I'm not trying to be mean here, but that is how guys see it. Whether you...
He's being nice about it. I mean, the truth is harsh. The truth isn't pretty. It's real. That's what happens. You created soul ties. You already left the dude. Like, why would somebody gamble on that? The only type of dude who's going to gamble on that is a guy who has no self-worth. And he damn sure is not going to be a dude that's going to be able to give her that emotional that physical the connection that she longs from the Ted Bundy. He definitely ain't going to do it. And she's going to do that same loop over again when she got to force herself, push herself to go there. She's looking for a human wallet.
Was in reality till I think I can do better. Look, I'm not trying to be mean here, but that is how guys see it. Whether you like it or not, that is the reality you need to face.
Now, of course, we miss the sex, of course.
Oh, darling, I have to ask, do you? Do you really? I mean, we all know you can get that and probably have from the aforementioned Chad, Tyrone, and Rico.
She's making it seem like she's just sitting at home twiddling her thumbs reading the good book. She's just sitting at home just not like she's just sitting at home just absent and ain't doing nothing. Come on, bro. You missed the sex. You got a sneaky links. You got a Ted Bundy on speed dial thanks to these phones. Come on, man. Come on, lady.
Exactly why you'd miss it. I mean, we all know you can get that and probably have from the aforementioned Chad, Tyrone, and Rico. So I'm not sure exactly why you'd miss it. But I want to talk about what I think you really mean but didn't say. That it's not that you miss sex, but you miss intimacy. The very intimacy you probably thought you were going to get from all those players that you dumped your ex for to go and chase. Only to find out that most of those guys can't even spell intimacy, let alone define it or engage in it.
And again, y'all know I do. I gotta add the Mr. A spin on this because I'm not just. This just amplifies my message. We have to add on to this.
And I took the easy way out, which was, okay, what's the next dick? Because there's always gonna be, dicks. You feel? A dick is like an oxy. Makes you forget about the pain from your last relationship, and you just need more oxy.
Important part right here.
You feel? When you do that a lot, it really fucks up your mind. You feel? When you do that a lot, it really fucks up your mind. You feel? When you do that a lot, it really fucks up your mind.
I'm gonna keep looping it. I have to keep looping this.
Because the penis done ejaculated, he done hit the bottom, and now her mind, she insane. Her mind ain't good because the penis done ejaculated all in her brain. She's gone crazy. So you don't let every man hit your bottom, and your body remembers it.
Again, it's just sex. It doesn't mean anything. You don't have that kind of power. You don't have that kind of power, like Brittany Renner stated. The Jezebel isn't gonna. It doesn't matter if she humbles herself or not, because it already happened. So it doesn't. It's irrelevant. We'll get to that in a second.
Because those men, 9 out of 10 don't really give a fuck about you or your mind. Because those men, 9 out of 10 don't really give a fuck about you. And when you meet a nice man, you wouldn't even realize, oh, like this is real love, and you will fuck that up too.
Again, the only woman this doesn't apply to is a virgin. I'm gonna keep looping it. I don't care what color. This is a spiritual thing. Our war is a spiritual war. Let's continue.
He asks for to go and chase, only to find out that most of those guys can't even spell intimacy, let alone define it or engage in it. And that's what she and most women are really missing. And honestly, I do feel for her. I get it, and I don't blame her entirely. Most likely, she got sold a bill of goods by her lonely, miserable single friends who convinced her the guy she was with was a loser, and she'd be far happier without him.
Followers. Again, guys, followers. How can you have peace with that? And again, you're gonna keep them locked in a box? They're gonna listen to the world, bro. Most of them. Again, the ones that don't, God bless. That exception proves the rule. Again, the exception proves the rule. I talk about the majority, the overwhelming majority. No, we don't do fairy tale over here, and most dudes aren't gonna get that nowadays. And if you do get that, how long until it tanks? You're gonna, like I said again, you're gonna keep them. You're gonna live out in the woods somewhere, no Wi-Fi. Come on, bro. You're gonna keep them away. You're gonna keep her locked in a box somewhere.
You reap what you sow, ladies. Single friends who convinced her the guy she was with was a loser and she'd be far happier without him. But as the saying goes, you reap what you sow, ladies. And y'all made it clear that racking up your body count is a priority now, so you can feel like a boss bitch.
Absolutely. Y'all already know it's coming. Y'all already know what's coming. Where my girl at? Where's Stripper Doctor? Here we go.
Is age appropriate. When you are in your 20s, it's okay to play around, play the field, and play the game. But when you hit them 30s and up,
and the scary part is they believe they can turn it on and turn it off. They've all fallen for the propaganda. Good luck finding the quote-unquote pick-me's who don't do that, who aren't following the crowd, who aren't listening to other women bump they goddamn they run their damn mouth.
Don't want to be laws against you yapping your jaws.
Good luck. Good luck.
You seek intimacy, not just sex. Don't want anything to do with you, with that mindset, or so you can feel like a boss bitch. And thus the guys who seek intimacy, not just sex, don't want anything to do with you, with that mindset, or the women in general who practice it. Sorry, again, I'm being blunt here, ladies, but I'm trying to help you out here.
And let's keep it a buck. The guys who do want the intimacy aren't going to be the guys who's going to be able to quote unquote hit the bottom, give them that soul tie, because she's already bound to the other man. The men that she's given her body to, what did our girl just say?
When you do that a lot, it really fucks up your mind, because those men, 9 out of 10 don't really give a fuck about you.
The man who her body remembers, who she's bound to, don't give a shit about her. So there ain't no way in hell he's gonna give her what she wants, the intimacy part. It's gonna be the guy that she don't like. Don't get it all. Sentient wallet, sentient penis, emotional tampon. You only get 2 out of 3. If you want the sentient wallet to be good in bed, he's not gonna give you the emotional connection. It don't work like that. The guy that has the wallet and gives you the emotional connection, he's not going to be good in bed. And the guy who's good in bed and gives you the emotional connection isn't going to have any money. You can't win, ladies. You can't win. And you can't fake attraction either, by the way. So whether she learns her lesson or not is completely irrelevant. That's the tragedy of it all. Once she realizes that, she's already been throttled and she created the soul tie. So she's never going to be attracted to the dude who gives her the O. So she's always going to be forcing herself to have sex with you. So even if you do take this deal after she quote unquote learned her lesson, she's already given her body away to her husband already, Ted Bundy, Richard Ramirez, and Pookie. Emotional connection, that's why I said at the very beginning, emotional connection?
Don't make me laugh.
Doesn't exist. That's fairy tale.
And that is the reality of it all. And the sooner you get that, the sooner you accept it, the sooner things might change for you.
Not going to happen. This is what I do. Not going to happen. The Jezebel spirit will not humble herself. Again, I like him being nice about it, but they got the Jezebel spirit. We already know how Jezebel went out. She knew her death was coming. She got all dolled up, talking shit out the window. They yeeted her out, got trampled by horses, and dogs devoured her. That's the spirit of Jezebel. 2 middle fingers to the very end. Defiant to the very end. It's pointless going back and forth. Adam trying to save him. It is what it is, bro. He being nice about it. Kudos to him.
Have that emotional.
And that is the reality of it all. And the sooner you get that, the sooner you accept it, the sooner things might change for you.
But when you have that emotional connection with somebody, the sex is so much greater.
Well, I can't speak for every guy, but I think it's fair to say I can speak for most to say that we agree. But the thing is, you probably had that in the past with your now ex. The ex you at one point claimed to have a connection with and married.
I disagree. She was never there to begin with. She was never there to begin with because she already had her bottom knocked out. She already had the soul ties prior to she was with that decent guy. Now, again, I talk about it on my RPG nerds. The husband, the ex, was probably level 20 with his little iron. He probably level 20. He probably had a little sexual experience. Has his little iron armor. You know, he probably cast fire. We'll probably say he can probably cast fire too. He's not, he trying to do something out there. He got his little iron armor, but she's still a raid boss. She's level 100 with a full elite to her epic gear, and she's still lapping this guy. So to him, he's in heaven. But to her, she ain't getting no experience points every time she slays that guy. You know what happens when you level 100, you slay a level 20. You're gonna get any experience points? No. He's getting all kinds of experience points. I love that RPG analogy. I'm making myself laugh. Every time he slays the epic raid boss, he gaining all kinds of experience points. She ain't getting shit. She ain't getting shit because she's already bound to another man before she met him. And he more than likely doesn't know that because he's, again, I'm sorry to say, he's getting married. He's going through the whole programming, the downloaded programming and executing the getting married programming. So that tells me he has no self-awareness. He's part of Babylon, being the good man. The illusion of choice. I'm doing the right thing. Unconditional love. So no, he's not doing that. No. To him, yeah. He thinks they're connected, but to her, she's been gone. I'm preaching to somebody, bro.
Probably.
Sex is so much greater.
Well, I can't. The sooner things might change for you.
But when you have that emotional connection with somebody,
with the man who she's connected to, with the man she's
woman
bound
over
to.
doggy style, sneaking around the man to get you in while he's thrusting the penis in and out. Who
She's
is
talking about this guy.
Whose vagina is it? Who it belong to? What I said? Who? And then the woman start calling out the man's name, screaming the man's name. Then she let him know she coming. When she coming, she hollering. She calling for him. Man, this stuff is programmed all up in this woman's vagina, rectum, uterus, all up in this mind right here. And that will actually bind her, actually reduce her to a calm free.
That's the guy she's talking about. She's not talking about the nice guy that got down on one knee and proposed to her. I told you we gotta add our spin. My boy, he owned it a little bit, but he ain't talking about that imprint. He ain't quite there yet. But I like his take. I told you I can add on to it. We can amplify it. Mr. A we gonna amplify it with that A. Mr. A gonna amplify it. That's what we do over here.
the sex is so much greater.
Well, I can't speak for every guy, but I think that's fair.
The sex is, but when you have that emotional connection with somebody, the sex is so much greater.
Well, I tell you, man. I tell you.
Don't want to be laws against you yapping your jaws.
She telling on herself. That's Ted Bundy's wife right there.
Well, I can't speak for every guy, but I think it's fair to say I can speak for most to say that we agree. But the thing is, you probably had that in the past with your now ex. The ex you at one point claimed to have a connection with and married.
She never had it with him.
But then, as I said a bit ago, you and your girlies convinced yourself that he wasn't doing enough. It was just the bare minimum.
She wouldn't have left if he was giving that hole all the time. She wasn't gonna go nowhere.
He was just a loser and never put in any effort, at least in your mind. Mostly because you, like most women, don't appreciate or acknowledge anything men do, or you discount it as not good enough.
Again, this is why it's foolish following the good man romantic programming that Babylon says you will in turn get unconditional love. That's why it's foolish.
And thus, that emotional connection you're talking about was broken. So now you've chosen the single life, the carefree, happy life that your girlies told you would be the case if you just dumped that loser. And you found out they lied. Found out that they're actually miserable and always were, just like you are now. And while you'll never admit it, you're realizing you may have made a mistake. And now,
Jezebel ain't gonna admit it.
Now you're regretting your choices, even though in the end, they were your choices and your choices alone.
Yes, sir.
I guess FAFO applies here, both literally and figuratively, doesn't it?
So when I'm talking about emotional connection, it is, it's things like laying on the couch with each other's heads on our chest, or just sitting there talking, or even just staring at each other.
Oh,
All right, before he even responds to that,
Doesn't matter how you find the pot of gold, be to the Ryan. All that matters is that you beat the leprechauns.
That doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't make any sense. Just did that video the other day, the more black pill truths. That dude admitted it and confirming it. Already been on it. She can do all that and still not be there. What she's talking about right there is irrelevant if she's with a guy who she's not bound to. She can be doing all that, but she's not there spiritually. Now the guy don't know any better. And again, the only dude who's going to buy this is a dude that she's not going to like anyway. That's what she's trying to sell herself to. All that crap she just mentioned is completely irrelevant.
Don't make me laugh.
sweetie, I hear you. And again, I don't want to speak for all men.
They're talking, or even just staring at each other's heads on our laying on the couch. So when I'm talking about emotional connection, it is, it's things like laying on the couch with each other's heads on our chest, or just sitting there talking, or even just staring at each other.
Oh, sweetie, I hear you. And again, I don't want to speak for all men, but I think it's fair to say most men would love those things too. But you also need to hear us as well, which is that we know those things come with a cost, a very, very steep cost. Because while you may want them with us now, while you may like them now, odds are in time, you're not going to want them.
Absolutely.
As you yourself have likely already proven.
Yep.
And when you suddenly don't want them with that particular guy, you guys just don't walk away. Oh no, ladies don't just move on. They set out to destroy the man.
Scorched earth.
And take anything and everything they can from him. His reputation, his house, his car, his property, his access to his children, and oh yeah, a good chunk of his pay. And once you're done with him, you'll do it to the next guy, and the next, and the next. Just have women have collectively done for 50 or so years now, since the advent of no-fault divorce. Oh, and for those of you who want to argue, well, she never said anything about marriage.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so what? Rules apply even when you don't get married.
Absolutely.
Odds are she's still going to set out to get revenge. She's still going to run around telling everyone it was all his fault. She'll make TikTok videos in her car crying about how he mistreated her.
Again, she's bound to another man. That other dude don't give a shit about her. Shit on her head, sent her on her way. They don't ever, ever recover from that.
For somebody else and bent them over and talk to them too. And somebody else. Especially when that man pull it back, won't give you the penis no more. Women will be all in the bed at night trying to sleep, tossing and turning, they dreaming about it.
Dreaming about it. Tossing and turning, dreaming about it. I like this clip because she's being honest. Most women aren't going to tell you this. This is every woman who's out here getting throttled and getting the O's. Dreaming about it. Tossing and turning. But they call you guys the perverts. They call you guys the sex fiends. They make you men seem like you're the goddamn deviants. Dreaming about it. Tossing and turning.
They wake up out their sleep because they dreamt the man done did this to somebody else. And the thought of that, you know, is devastating. That woman heart get to beating fast, blood pressure go up, she can't hardly catch her breath.
Does that sound like you're making us be sex slaves when they gotta puke and I gotta push myself to go there, blood pressure going up, heart beating fast? Does that sound like she gotta force herself to do that? And again, if some normies listen and nobody's coming from a place of envy, hate, jealousy. Because again, if she's attracted to you, all that penis size don't matter. But too many men don't love themselves. They don't do the internal cultivation. They think they're nothing without a woman, so they psych themselves out. So nobody's coming from a position of, oh, you couldn't, I wouldn't have to. Because again, I ain't gonna deal with a woman that ain't. Let me shut up. I already debunked that.
Think about that man done rationed that out and laid that out for somebody else and bent them over and talked to them too and spanked them. Having the PhDs and master degrees to put on my wall in academia, but I have a master degree in being played by men, used by men, told everything I want to hear to get me in them positions, and I am, to be honest with you, I'm just gonna be real about it. I'm very upset by being made a fool out.
They don't ever forget that. They don't ever forget that, because that guy that they like that gets the blood pressure treated them like that. And here comes Mr. Nice Guy putting her up on a pedestal when that other dude shit on her head and sent her on her way. You think, like, she knows this. She knows the energy. She knows how that guy treated her, and then here come your ass. You're my queen. You're my everything. How's that working out for the overwhelming majority of men nowadays? The space wouldn't exist if that was a recipe for success.
Perfect girl around telling everyone it was all his fault. She'll make TikTok videos in her car crying about how he mistreated her, but she was the perfect girlfriend. Hell, there's a pretty good chance she'll even file a false allegation against him these days, because she knows she'll be automatically believed. You know, believe all women.
God dang Potiphars and Ahabs. You god dang Potiphars and Ahabs. You freaking simps allowed this. You freaking Potiphar and Ahabs just to do anything to get laid. Y'all trick, y'all spin all kinds. It's already over. The milk's been spilled, the dye's been cast, the toothpaste been squirted out of the tube. We got too many simps out here in powerful positions, and they'll do whatever it takes, getting pegged in the ass, getting pissed on, shit on. Again, you got the dudes. Again, it's just chaos out there, because you got dudes who will Vince McMahon them, and then you got other guys who get pegged in the ass and financial abuse and stepped on and shit on, all that weird shit y'all be doing. And it's just a mess out there. You freaking Potiphars and Ahabs allowed this. The Jezebel and Ahab, that shit's still alive today. Still going on. We in a freaking simulation, bro. Nothing news under the sun.
Ultimate, a good chance she'll even file a false allegation against him these days, because she knows she'll be automatically believed.
Yep.
You know, believe all women, which gives her the ultimate in revenge. Sorry, ladies, again, that is the reality of today, and men know it. So while you'll all sit there and deny that's the case, you'll all say, stop generalizing us. It's not all women, and it's certainly not me. The fact is, for far too many of you, you've already done those things and more, or likely will. And just like all y'all love to say, we can never know if a man is good or not, the same applies to you. The same applies to women. The risk to men is every bit as great, if not greater, than it is to women, especially when you consider that it is rare for men to make false allegations when compared to women, who these days do it all the time. So while I agree those things you mentioned would all be nice to have, women have made it impossible for any of us to have them. It's sad, but it's where we are at. It's what you ladies fought so hard for. So enjoy your victory. Enjoy your strength and independence. Enjoy your constant, non-stop attacks and disparagement of men that you all continue to make to this day. Look, I know you all think that makes you a boss bitch, but in reality, for most of you, well, let's just say you can leave the boss part off. And for all the good women out there, like I suspect this one might be, the fact of the matter is, you're every bit as much to blame. You allowed those women to do what they did and what they continue to do. You never held them accountable. You allowed them to make ridiculous demands and expectations of men. You allowed them to put their hypocrisy and double standards front and center. And let's be honest, most likely, you either sat back and silently or overtly cheered it on. You never once told any of them they were wrong, that they weren't being fair, that it's not okay to label every man a risk or toxic. You never once told them to shut up. You let them speak for you, all of you. And guess what? Men listened. In the end, your silence is your complicity, ladies. And as you're finding out, men aren't fighting back, they're just walking away. Walking away from the bad women, the good women, and every woman in between. Y'all got no one to blame but yourselves. So you better just get used to it.
Good shit. That was a good take on his. Again, I just had to add my 2 cents on top of that, man. Again, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Again, even if they learn their lesson, you still can't fake the attraction of being in the streets, giving their bodies away. That's the price tag. They don't believe in the Most High. Jezebel's not going to humble herself. And it's going to have to get worse before it gets better. That's the society we live in. You know, that's what they wanted. We'll have to see how this all plays out. Milk's been spilled. The die's been cast. All you can do is move accordingly. That's why I said internal cultivation is the answer. You got to figure out life outside of the whole romance ideology. Some dudes don't want to do that. Some guys want to get upset and double down on the freaking fairy tale romance. Again, good luck with there. Hey, that's not how that works. It is what it is. But that was my take on that. Y'all let me know. I'm all based on that. I just want to add my 2 cents on that. I thought that was an interesting one. And, you know, that's pretty much all I got, man. You know, woe to the man. Woe to the man that takes that deal. She's ready. She's ready to connect emotionally. And just want to put my head on this. Just want to just stare. And she's gone the whole time, bro. Just because she's physically there don't mean she's there. It is what it is. But that's all I got, man. Survey says one more for the good guys. I'm out, good peoples. Laters.